Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Gameweek 90. Vic Masoya, back with some more football content. I know it has been a long international break, many AFCON fixtures, many international fixtures, but now the good thing is that we are entering the festive period where the games come in thick and fast. So today we'll be looking at the Game Week 12 preview. We'll be looking at all the games and I'll be giving my predictions. And hopefully I get all of my predictions right this time around. So let's start off. We start off with Leicester versus Chelsea. Why do I feel that Chelsea are due a loss? It's been long since they were beaten in the Premier League. It's been long since they were humbled in the Premier League. But anyway, this is an early kickoff. And you know what the wise men say about the early kickoff? Never, ever back the early kickoff. Because the early kickoff, it usually has a lot of drama, disappointments. You never know what to expect. Then Reece James. What happened to Reece James, man? He was one of the most promising right backs in the world. But currently, he will miss this game, of course, due to injury. He can't seem to quite shake off his injury crisis. So all the best to Reece James. We wish him a quick recovery. I'll go directly to the prediction in this game. These are the types of games that Cole Palmer likes to shine in. And I know if he'll be in the mood, he will grab a couple here. So my prediction is Leicester 1, Chelsea 2. But I won't be surprised if it ends up as a draw. Then we have the next fixture. Arsenal versus Forest. Saturday 5 p.m. kickoff. And it has been 4 games without a win in the Premier League for Arsenal. It has been quite disappointing for them. But the positive thing is now Odegaard is back in the lineup. Remember, he supplied the assist for the goal against Chelsea. So that will be a huge boost for them. Then for Forest, they also experienced a setback in the previous game where they were at home. They led 1-0. Then in the second half, Newcastle came back to win that game 3-1. Also quite disappointing from them. But then they have only conceded 10 goals in the Premier League this season, just behind Liverpool in goals conceded. That is quite impressive if you ask me. But now for my prediction. I think Arsenal should win this fixture. They can't afford to drop more points here. Because if they drop more points here, I think the title charge is done and dusted. So I'll go with the Arsenal 1, Forest 0. Then you have the next fixture, that is Aston Villa versus Palace. Saturday 6 p.m. kickoff also. Unai Emery, the Villa manager, has lost 4 consecutive games for the first time in his managerial career. And now they have slipped 9th in the Premier League table. But now the opponent they are facing, Palace, is the perfect opponent for them. This is because Palace are in the relegation zone. They have only 7 points. And their star man, Eze, is still out with injury. That will be a huge miss for them. For my prediction, I think Emery will be looking to get back to winning ways. And I think he'll comfortably get it done here. So I'll go with the Aston Villa 3, Palace 0. The next fixture, Bournemouth versus Brighton. We have 2 sides here who play lovely, fluid football here. And Bournemouth has been a tough side to beat, especially at home, at the Vitality Stadium. Remember, they beat City at the Vitality Stadium, they beat Arsenal, and they just narrowly lost to Chelsea at home. Then for Brighton, they'll be in high spirits after one of their impressive wins this season, where they beat Mancity 2-1. Remember, City, they led that game 1-0 at halftime. Then in the second half, Brighton mounted a comeback. And this guy here, Joe Pedro, is back. He scored a goal and supplied an assist for the winner in the previous game against Man City. For my prediction, looking at the styles of play, you can expect an entertaining game, a fluid game, and a high-scoring encounter. So I'll go with a Bournemouth 2, Brighton 2. The next fixture is Everton against Brentford. 2 sides with contrasting forms. For Everton, they don't score a lot of goals. They have slipped to 16th in the table now, and they are approaching the relegation zone. And last time out, they played a boring nil-nil game against West Ham. So disappointing, and they should be worried now because their next fixtures on paper they don't look so good. Then for Brentford, they are complete opposite of Everton because they play really entertaining games. They have scored 22 goals and they have conceded 22. So you can always expect a high scoring encounter when Brentford play. But now they have lost all their away games. That is quite remarkable, losing all their away games this season. And this is a fixture they will be looking at. If they are to get their first points on board away from home, this is the fixture they should do it. And I think they will do it. But I don't think they will have enough to grab the win here. So my prediction is Everton 1, Brentford 1. I'll go with a draw. Then we have the next fixture. This is Fulham against Wolves. And I believe Fulham are the dark horses this season. And if they continue playing the way they are playing, they might even qualify for the European competitions. Then for Wolves, they got a much needed win against Southampton before the international break. They are now in 19th place, just 2 points below the relegation zone. And they have very favorable fixtures coming up in the next 9 Premier League games. But for this fixture, I don't think they'll get anything. Fulham are a tough nut to crack. They are playing good, impressive football. And they can't seem to get anything wrong at the moment. And they are at home at Craven Cottage. So I'll go with a comfortable win for Fulham. Fulham 2, Wolves 0. Then now we have the game of the weekend. Man City against Tottenham Hotspur. Honestly, as a City fan, I feel like this is the worst time to face this side. Because Tottenham, they always seem to have something against us. They always seem to turn up when we face them, either home or away. Remember this game ended 3-3 last time round. And for Spurs, they blow out and cold. I mean, you never know what to expect from them. And the fact they were beaten by Ipswich last time round, I don't know what version to expect from them. Maybe they might turn up. Maybe they might be at the absolute worst. You never know what to expect from Tottenham. The promising thing for us is that they are missing key defensive assets. That is Van de Ven and also Romero. Then for us, Diaz will miss this fixture due to injury, but now we have Stones and Ake back in contention. And also remember KDB is back to fitness, so he'll be hoping to supply some assists for Erling Haaland. Then Pep Guardiola has also signed a new contract that will keep him at Man City till June 2026. That's quite a huge boost for us. Now let me go direct the prediction. Despite us losing 4 in a row in all competitions, I feel now that Pep has signed a new contract, the stars are aligning for us to reignite our season and go on another unbeaten run. We can't afford to lose more points here, because if we lose more points here, Liverpool will pull further away from us. So I'll go with the Man City 3, Spurs 1, and all the best to Man City. Then we have the next fixture, that is Southampton versus Liverpool. Sunday 5 p.m. kickoff. This is the battle of last versus first. Southampton, they look certainly relegated this season because they sit at the foot of the table. Yes, I know they are playing a possession-based game, good football, but they are making a lot of defensive mistakes, especially when they are in possession. So they don't have anything that can sustain them at this type of competition, at this highest level of the Premier League. Then for Liverpool, they are flying at the moment. They have now opened a 5-point gap ahead of Man City, and they seem to be running away with the league, man. They seem to be running away with the league. And the Liverpool players, they seem to have stepped up this season. Salah is scoring in every fixture. He can't get his foot wrong. And also Curtis Jones, we have to give him his flowers. He's driving under Slot, and he seems a favorite for Slot in his system. Generally, the whole team is playing very well. Then for the injury news, they'll be missing Trent Alexander-Arnold. but I know they have backups to replace him. For my prediction, it will be a straightforward win for Liverpool. Southampton nil, Liverpool 2. Then we have the next fixture, that is Ipswich versus Man United. Let's start with Ipswich, man. I know they'll be very delighted to get their first win of the Premier League against Spurs. But now the problem with them, they are winless at home. And if you have to have any chance to survive in the Premier League, you have to win some home games. Yeah. Then for United, it was a convincing win for them against Leicester. Of course, Bruno was pulling the strings as usual, and they're in good moods at Old Trafford now that they have a new manager in Amorim, and will be taking charge of his first game as United in this fixture. And surprise, surprise, United are second in clean sheets this season, and Onana has kept the most clean sheets amongst goalkeeper. That is quite impressive for them. For my prediction, Amorim will get his first win of the season as United head coach, and you can expect Bruno to shine in this fixture. So I'll go with the Ipswich 1, Man United 3. Then now we have the last game of the Premier League weekend. This is a Monday kickoff. It's been quite a while since we had a Monday game kickoff. Newcastle versus West Ham. These Newcastle are a team on form at the moment. In their last 3 fixtures, they have beat Forest, they have beat Arsenal, they have beat also Chelsea, and they have one of the best home records this season. And they have just lost once this season at home. And the positive for them, Isaac is back to his goal scoring fortunes. He has scored for Newcastle in the last 3 games, and he also grabbed quite a few for Sweden in the international break. For West Ham, quite an underwhelming season for them under Lopetegui, considering the amount of money they splashed in the transfer window. Their last outing was a 0-0 draw, and they seem to have quite fallen off attacking wise. The likes of Bowen and Antonio, they need to step up if they have to rescue their ship this season. For my prediction, I don't see a way where West Ham can get anything in this fixture. Looking at Newcastle's record, home record, it's quite impressive. So I'll go with a convincing win for Newcastle. That will be Newcastle 3, West Ham 0. Yeah, guys, and that's a wrap of the Premier League games that we have this weekend. And all the best to the teams that are playing. All the best to Man City. I hope we snap our 4-game losing streak. And that has been from me, Vic Maso. And I'll see you on Monday when we'll have a review of these fixtures. We'll see where I got it right, where I got it wrong. And I hope to see you guys. So from me, Vic Maso, adios. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content. Content is coming your way. It will be coming your way on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. So see you guys next time on Monday.